been reading auras since I was like 15. And, it was hard, like being so young and not necessarily knowing what's going on, thinking maybe I'm crazy, you know, maybe I have an imbalance in my brain, you know. So it was hard, being 15, not really having TikTok, YouTube, not having spirituality being so open, as it is today. So I kind of just ran from it. I ran from myself. I was afraid of myself. So I did things to suppress the gifts, alcohol, really suppress his spiritual gifts. That's why I'm sober. Been sober for a while now, coming up to be 7 months soon. So I'm happy about that. Um, Also, meds really mess with you a lot and mess with your connection with your higher self, your connection to God. But in my life, I know that everything happened for a reason, and I had to experience the trauma, the abuse, the drinking problem, the trying to suppress myself so much. I was young, 15, and I'm 25 now, so a decade later, and I guess, back at it. And it kind of shows you that you can't run away from destiny. You can't run away from fate. And you can't run away from who you are. God gifted me these gifts for a reason. God gifted me these gifts to help people. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing. You can even see my testimonials on my website. All the souls I've touched, all the souls I've helped. And it shows that, like, the pain and the confusion, and I always reference my spiritual journey as being pushed in the ocean and having to teach myself how to swim or I will drown. So to be here today after 10 years of all that, it's a blessing and a testimony, already. And the fact that I can use my gift to help people, it's beautiful and shows that all that I went through was not in vain. In September, I think it was September, it was around the fall, I decided to really dive into my aura reading and really take it seriously, make it a part of me. It obviously is, but make it my life, make it what I do for a living. And it's been doing really well. Um, I started at doing it at, little parades in my town, to doing it at spiritual shops, spiritual places, stores, and now doing it online, doing it myself. Um, I predicted the future. I predicted a woman's future with one of my aura readings, and it was truly beautiful, and I'm here to talk about that. Um, I was at a spiritual place, and it was people there, they weren't really spiritual, it was more of an art place that sold crystals, that but mostly focused on live presentations, artists, production, all that stuff. So I made my prices really low because I'm just like, you know what, let me get my feet wet, let me just do this. Like, this comes natural to me, so let me just do it to do it. This woman came in, and I saw her, and already, you see the essence, you see the energy of the person, but she was interested in getting an aura reading. So, you have to be in front of a white background. So I told her to sit in front of a white background. I had the layout, and I just said, just sit. So she's sitting, and I'm looking. And when I read auras, it's like sometimes I can and like see it immediately, the color on you. Sometimes I have to kind of dive deeper. It depends on, I guess, like how guarded you are and how comfortable you are. But when I first saw her, I saw yellow. And yellow aura is the color associated with your chakra, the solar plex chakra. And that chakra is creativity, confidence, willpower, all that stuff. Creating, taking from the root, taking from the sacral, and then creating that. And I saw that it was really yellow dominant. And I told her, I said, you're very creative, but you're unsure about it. I said, there's something that you're wanting to pursue, but you're second guessing yourself. And I said, you're good at it too, because the yellow was very strong. So she's very creative. It comes naturally to her. But I said, you're unsure about it. And as I was reading her, I then saw blue. And blue can be associated with the mind. And when I see multiple colors, because your aura has different layers, but her yellow, she was yellow dominant. But then the blue was after that. So she's battling with her mind and her creativity, the blue, the mind, the yellow, the creativity. She's battling with those two. And I told her, I said, you're second guessing yourself. I said, you're creative and you know you're creative. And I even said, people around you even see that you're creative. But I said, you are your worst nightmare, or you are your biggest critic. You are harder on yourself than everyone else around you. And I said, actually, I think people around you are encouraging you to go after something, encouraging you to go after what you're creative about, but you're not doing it because you keep second guessing yourself. The yellow and the blue is, it's contrasting. It's trying to dominate one another. In life, we're supposed to find balance in our colors. You're supposed to use the colors. What are you lacking? And you're supposed to interchange what I'm lacking, what I'm strong, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses. And we're supposed to use those colors to then become one, to become balanced, to find that balance. So she's supposed to use the yellow and the blue for balance, to find that balance, but it takes time. So I saw that and I said that you are second guessing something creative about yourself. And she was like, wow, you're so right. And then she sent me text messages. She showed me the text messages between her and her friend about her friend telling her, girl, you got to do that open mic. You're funny. Like, put your jokes out there. Like, you're creative. You're such a good comedian. Why do you not believe in yourself? And she literally said, a girl, when we cried, we had a moment because when I read your aura, I tap into your energy. I tap into how you feel. And we both cried. We had a heart to heart because, I can relate to that too. No, I don't really have yellow in my aura, but I can relate to that feeling of not feeling enough, not truly believing in yourself because of things you've been through in the past. You see, she showed me the text messages and she told me, she was like, I've always wanted to do stand up. I've always wanted to be a comedian, but I have stage fright. Like, I don't feel sure of myself. Like, I'm funny with my friends and people I'm close with, but it's different going on the stage and performing in front of the world. And she showed me the text, and it's like she got goosebumps because she's like, I don't know you, and you know this about me. You know secrets and things about me that not even my close friends know about me. So it was very intimate. It was very heart to heart, experience, but it also was a safe space because I guess she could trust me and she got that sense that she could open up to me. I'm tapping into your energy. Of course, you have to feel safe to allow me to do so. So as we were talking, and she was just saying that she's constantly battling with her mind and, her creativity, and, she has children and, she wants to focus on them. And I said, love, I said, you got to focus on yourself too. You have to focus on your kids, but don't neglect yourself for anything. Don't neglect yourself. Don't stop your passions. I know we have things going on in life, but if you're passionate about something, you're passionate about it for a reason. Um, so, we exchange social medias and everything. And I began to read other people. But hers really stuck with me a lot because I kind of saw a part of myself in her. So, the night's going on and I read like a lot of people and it's really draining reading people, especially back to back to back. I was drained for about a month. So spiritual work is no joke. I think spiritual work should be very valued because the things I could do, you know, the things spiritual people can do, the things healers can do, astrologers can do, it should be valued. And, part of me understands why spiritualists charge so much because the work they do, it's like we're mediums. So it's like I'm able to tap into deeper realms, the astrals, tap into God, God speaking through me. That's priceless. It's priceless knowledge that should be valued. So, spiritualists watching this, know your worth, okay? People can spend thousands on designer bags, thousands on cars, thousands on all these things, but you can't spend thousands on working with God, on your soul. You know what I mean? Because the work that we do, the work that we give people can make them make millions. You know what I mean? So don't settle for less. Don't charge less than what you know you're worth. And get the confidence to charge the correct price. Still be fair, but God is abundant. You can't put a price tag to God's work. And you shouldn't be giving God's work out for free because God's work can change people's lives. And I changed this woman's life. So I woke up in the morning. I was kind of upset because I was like, man, I wish I got some kind of testimonials to help my website. I woke up and she wrote a testimonial about me. She posted me on her Instagram. I didn't even ask her. I didn't even have her social media. She got mine. And she tagged me and just said, like, it's 11:11 on the clock. And, I'm writing this review and I met this aura reader and she guessed all this about me. And I'll leave the review. I'll clip it in the video so you guys can see what she said. And I'll link, the link under the video. And she like did the review for me. I didn't even have to ask. And that just shows how God works with you and works through other people. It's like you do your part, God does his part, you know. As long as you're doing your part, God is gonna always do his. So she left the review and I read it and it was beautiful. Then I messaged her and said, is it okay if I, use the review on my website? Is it okay, if I include your name? She said, no problem. And then she told me that her open mic gig, it got cleared. The venue that she wanted to perform at got cleared right after I read her aura, right after I said all that to her. It's like when I read your aura, it's not me just seeing the color. It's me seeing your soul because in aura, your aura is like the fingerprint of your soul, the path that your soul is walking in. Her path is that yellow. So she's more in tune with her solar plex and the blue, the third eye, that blue third eye communication area. The throat and the third eye is hers. We all have different ones. Like mine is very astrally. That's why I even have the gift to even see auras in the first place. Because it's heavily indigo dominant, third eye dominant. So your aura, knowing the color, you know your soul. It's like kind of astrology, but your soul. Astrology tells you, your love language, how you talk, how you do. Astrology tells you pretty much everything in the 3D. But when I am looking at your aura, I'm speaking about your soul. I'm speaking about your essence. I'm speaking about the blockages you have. I see it. I see your blockages. I see the battles you're having within. I'm seeing the balance and the peace that you must find in order to be on the right path, in order to reach enlightenment, in order to be aligned, so things can start coming into fruition. I see that. And just telling her that, to go out there, to put your open mic stuff out, to put your comedy stuff out. And she did. And immediately she got cleared, you know? And it just shows that, like, when you find that balance, when you start going after what's for you, doors are just gonna automatically open because you're in alignment. The reason why things don't really work out for people is because they're going against the grain. They're going against something, and it's like you're too focused on the outside world. But you got to get right in here for you to see everything come to fruition, for you to see everything balanced. You got to get right in here. And that's what my aura readings do, you know? And just seeing that, it was life changing for me because I was like, yeah, I'm good. I know I'm good, but I done predicted the future. I allowed her to see her self worth. I allowed her to look in the mirror and see what everyone else had been seeing on her except herself. So I just wanted to share that story. And I have so many more testimonies and other stories that I could share. On my channel, I share a lot about everything. I give advice about, chosen ones, spirituality, empaths, love, dating, trauma, abuse, narcissists, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium. I see auras. That is my gift. I have been gifted with knowledge, intuition, but I've also been gifted to see auras, and it's a big part of me. And I want to dive more deeper into that aspect of myself. So if you want to book a reading with me, if you want me to help you with blockages, to help your life change, please feel free to book with me, and know that life-changing work costs money. You can't try to shortchange a spiritualist because they are doing God's work, in the earthly realm. And that's priceless. Okay? So you all have a good day. Thank you for watching my video and, being a part of this journey with me. I do thank you all. And God bless. And you all take care.